First start of exhibition play. Played the second half Sunday night in Spokane. 39-year-old Mike Smith on the other side has a tremendous NHL career behind him. Last season was a good one as he appeared in 32 games and had 21 wins. JT Brown, what's Dave Hackstall looking for tonight with a younger lineup?
Yeah, you're looking for the same things, I guess, in the first game. A lot of energy. This is an opportunity for you to show what you have, but also stay within the team dynamic.
And Dave Tippett, who was on the ground floor of everything in Seattle as an advisor back in 2018, took the head job here in 2019. We thank him for all of his hard work. Sit back and enjoy preseason game number 2 from Edmonton. Off the face-off, Jeremy Lauzon clears it all the way in. Mike Smith is an exquisite puck handler. You'll see that tonight. Connor McDavid, reigning MVP for Darnell Nurse. He'll cross the line. McDavid had his stick thwarted. A good defensive play by Riley Sheahan. And the Kraken are back out to center. Marcus Johansson, defensively marked by Tyson Barrie. Cleared all the way around on a change. Jamie Oleksiak turns it over to Darnell Nurse, who signed a big contract extension in the offseason. $72 million over 8 years. And Brandon Tanev here, partner, gets injured as he heads down the runway.
Yeah, it's a battle right off the face-off. The stick gets up right to the face of Tanev. Definitely not the way you want to start the first shift of the game.
So we'll see if he does return, obviously. Go off for attention. Morgan Geekie with 2 goals in game number 1 wins the draw. Oleksiak to the flank, a shot taken, that time by Marcus Johansson, easily detected by Mike Smith, and we get a stoppage.
So far, so good for Seattle. You got to like the way that they came back on the first play. You have a guy like McDavid on the other side. You have to back check hard, and that's what disrupted the first sequence on Seattle in their defensive zone.
Well, who's the number 2 center for Edmonton? It's Leon Draisaitl, who is the 2020 MVP. Draisaitl outstanding. Shot taken, paddle down for Smith. Good bid for Vince Dunn, his first action of preseason. He's got it again. Dunn with a shot. It skeins right off the top of the mask of Mike Smith. Deflects to the boards. Evan Bouchard for Leon Draisaitl, and he'll crank it up. Draisaitl had 84 points a season ago. It's cleared all the way in. And remember, the season was truncated, only 56 games. Cole Lynn broken up. Draisaitl out in front. Forked wide. Great chance for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now Oleksiak through the center ice zone. And Marcus Niemelainen back on it. Paired on defense with Evan Bouchard, a couple of young players for Dave Tippett. Brendan Perlini clears it in. Going back after it, Connor Carrick for the Kraken. Now, Alexander True out of the Seattle Thunderbirds of the Western Hockey League. Ryan Donato coming off a spirited game Sunday in Spokane. He took a hit that time from Devin Shore. You see it along the boards. Kyle Turris doing battle. Donato out of the corner. Kelly Arncrook for Seattle. He'll cycle high, back to the point. Riker Evans goes across for Carrick. He's met there by Perlini, who punches one out to center. Turris hit by Evans, and it comes all the way back. Riker Evans, JT, second-round draft choice, has looked good in camp.
Yeah, he's looked like he's belonging. He doesn't look nervous out there. You got to like that he's starting and he's going right after it.
It was an NHL-ready lineup Sunday night in Spokane. This is a little bit younger as Dave Hackstall and his staff, and Ron Francis, the general manager, take a look at the prospects. Icing is called right here.
These are some of the plays that you set up on a face-off. Right here, you pass over Dunn, but it's a give and go. I like how he moves. As soon as he passes, he moves to get himself into a better angle to get a shooting attempt at the net. Those are the plays that Seattle's going to need to keep generating offense.
Nice pass by Cole Lind, who came in the expansion draft from Vancouver. Smith says no. That's shot by Jeremy Lauzon. Another face-off in the Edmonton zone. Good news, Brandon Tanev back on the bench.
Yeah, he's such a spirited player on the ice. He's always got that energy. He's somebody that you want in the lineup constantly, night in and night out.
Carson Twarynski on the draw for Seattle, won by the Oilers. Tyson Barrie. A lead pass out to center, broken up. Good play by Will Borgen. He'll take it all the way back. Draw to the far wall. Luke Henman, the first player ever signed by Seattle, getting a chance tonight. Young man from the Canadian Maritimes. Lauzon, ex of Boston, clears it in. Mike Smith awaiting in the trapezoid where he can handle. He'll dish it to the near wall. Twarynski is there, broken up. A chance out in front. Off Smith a couple of times. He'll cover up. And again, as we saw Sunday night, JT, Nathan Bastian making it happen.
he uses his feet to get in on the forecheck very well. That's what was so effective in game one, using your feet, getting in, creating a body check, separating the man from the puck. You get in, you separate the puck, and that allows for Sheahan to come in and get the opportunity to go to the net.
Here's Bastion crowding the front. Played with Sheahan on Sunday night. Mason Appleton right off the draw. This line is Sheahan along with Tanev and Appleton. A good stick save by Mike Smith on the centering pass, and here come the Oilers. Yes, Puljujärvi with a shot patted down by Chris Drieger. Connor McDavid goes to work. He'll cycle high, and he can scoot. McDavid holding on to it, he'll drop it off. Here's Evan Bouchard. A shot taken, seen all the way by Chris Drieger.
McDavid can definitely move. He draws so much attention to him when he has the puck on his stick. That leads for the drop pass. A nice shot on net here, but again, Seattle did a good job of clearing guys out of the way so Drieger can see the puck.
I'm not sure scoot is the right way to describe how fast he goes.
He can fly.
Yeah, okay, that's a little better. I'm picking up what you're laying down. McDavid on the draw. Sheahan for Seattle. Bouchard fanning on a shot, hurried by Tanev. Vince Dunn will get to it, back out to center ice. Riley Sheahan in control, sealed off nicely by Edmonton's Evan Bouchard. Played along the boards now. Puljujärvi gets to it. Alexiak at the point for the Kraken, broken up. Here comes McDavid on the off wing. His pass never got through, broken up by Riker Evans. A penalty down low as Mason Appleton was taken down.
Seattle's going to have to be a little cautious about that with McDavid on the ice. He always has the ability to get the puck past you and then fly. As we've already talked, he is such a speedster. It was a great save behind the net. There was a tripping penalty by Zach Hyman. Just gets underneath. I would say that's, you know, again, he might think it's a weak call, but at the end of the day, the refs make a decision.
Well, the Kraken power play was 3 for 5 in Spokane on Sunday night. What did you like about it?
I mean, I think the good thing was just what Eberle said in game one was keep it simple, get pucks to the net, and that's what they did.
Face-off controlled by the Oilers. Left and back of the goal to the point. Vince Dunn, former St. Louis Blue. This is Morgan Geekie. Downstairs it goes. A give back by Ryan Donato. Geekie wide open is Dunn around the horn. Yarncroke off the pad of Smith. Calle Yarncroke for Marcus Johansson. He'll feed it all the way around, awaiting his young Geekie with 2 goals on Sunday night. The 23-year-old for Marcus Johansson. Geekie gets it back. He'll assert. Saucer pass doesn't work. Broken up. That's an elevated pass that you want to land flat on the ice. And Calle Yarncroke with Vince Dunn back in their own zone.
It's a good start to the power play. You're gaining momentum every time you get pucks on the net.
Drieger now put it on a tee for Marcus Johansson. 15:34 left in the opening period here at Rogers Place. Johansson out in front. Read and broken up nicely that time by Edmonton's Ryan McLeod, who's had a good camp. Dunn knocks it down to the high slot. Yarncroke, Vince Dunn. He'll survey. Here's Donato on the flank. Ryan Donato gets away from McLeod. Holding on to it now. Yarncroke's in the slot. His shot turned out by Smith. Directed to the corner. Played back to the point. A good keep for a moment by Dunn. And the Oilers' McLeod gets to it. He'll kill time.
Yeah, the Oilers had a few chances to get the puck out, but Seattle was able to keep it in. Those are the situations that usually end up getting the puck in the back of the net.
Final push in the power play. 33 seconds left in it. Cole Lind for Appleton. Closing the gap, Evan Bouchard. Connor Carrick, 58 in the white by Lind. Appleton for Lind. Good stick check by Nugent Hopkins. Played by Lind all the way across. It's left for Riker Evans. Evans now will play it along for Mason Appleton. The former Winnipeg Jet looks around. Evans at the point. He'll walk the line, lay it across. It's Cole Lind. He'll take it deep. Evans again with a shot taken. It sizzles off the glass. Chipped in front by Appleton. It's available for Darnell Nurse, not out. Lind for Appleton. Broken up by Nurse. He'll take it all the way back. 2 shots on the power play. Even terms on the ice. Here comes Nurse. It's onside. He scores! Yamamoto straddled the line. He stayed just onside. Darnell Nurse has broken the ice. 1-0 Edmonton.
It's a great individual effort there from Darnell Nurse to skate end to end. Comes in, he uses the defenseman as a screen, suits right between both of them. 5-hole goal. I'm sure Drieger would like to have that one back, but either way, Darnell Nurse skates end to end. He has a tough side to him, but he also has a little bit of finesse game here.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what. They were swept out of round one in 4 games by Winnipeg. The last game went to triple overtime. That guy played 62 minutes in that game, got on a plane, and was there in the morning for the birth of his child. That's a great story. A great young man, Darnell Nurse. Now, it's played directly out of play by Mike Smith. And this could be a penalty on Edmonton. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to get a call here.
Edmonton, penalty number 41. 2 minutes for delay of game.
Well, this is a good time for Seattle.
Yeah.
They just got scored on. You have a power play. Can you bring some momentum back onto your side? Yep, he just chops the puck out. It didn't get a piece of the glass. It goes straight over. Get him for a delay of game.
So any player that shoots it directly out of play like that, without a deflection, without it hitting the glass, is gone for delay of game. Let's see what the Kraken do. Donato's shot turned out. Good save by Mike Smith. Nurse for Evan Bouchard. Right up the gut by Dunn and all the way down to Chris Driedger. 13:45 left in period 1 here in Edmonton. Tomorrow night, the Kraken are in Calgary. We will start again at 6 Pacific time for that one from the Saddle Dome. Here's Donato out to center. Play it along for Kelly Yarncroke. His pass detected. Controlled by Devin Shore. A lead pass to the middle. It's the veteran Colton Sevier right in on Driedger. They clear it along for Morgan Geekie. Seattle starts a breakout. It's an unassisted goal at 5:50 for Darnell Nurse to make it 1-0 Oilers. Marcus Johansson. Edmonton victorious in their first preseason game, 4-0 over Calgary. That was on Sunday night also. Now it's played along the boards. Wedged out of the zone. Good play by the young rookie Ryan McLeod all the way down to Driedger. That much time left in the power play. John Forsland, JT Brown. Tonight from Rogers Place here in Edmonton. Carrick in on Smith. And that'll get right out of harm's way. He elevates it almost 3/4 of the length of the ice. Now Carrick sealed off by Zach Hyman. His first season as an Oiler. Signed as a free agent out of Toronto.
Yeah, Edmonton's doing a really good job right now, disrupting the timing. The breakout on a power play is all about timing, and they're doing just little subtle things to slow them down.
Nurse in on Driedger. He'll drop it off. Final push in the power play. The Kraken have but 15 seconds left in it. This is Lind over the line. Cole Lind. True holding. His shot blocked by Bouchard. Alexander True gets it back looking for Lind. That didn't work. True cranks it up again. He'll move it up top. And it's offside. He carried over the blue line, so we get a stoppage. 1 second left in the power play.
Again, it's all about the pressure that Edmonton's putting up ice. That's what's not allowing Seattle to get into the zone. It's creating a little bit of a havoc for them. Like I said, it's about timing when you're breaking into the zone. We're going to go look at here. It's very close. He's skating with it. Does the puck completely get out?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? You have to have an opinion.
I'm going to say it did not. It did not go out. It should have been onside.
I'm with you. That one's offside. We'll step aside. 11:51 left in this first period. Darnell Nurse has the game's first goal. And the Edmonton Oilers get it. Good to see Brandon Tanev back in here in the lineup. We're back with more.
This facility.
That first game, the excitement was there. The energy in the crowd was there. We're seeing a lot of that tonight in game 2 too.
It's great to see the fans back here in Edmonton. They have had their struggles, as we all have, with COVID, but fans are welcomed back with the proper precautions in place. Seattle fell behind Sunday night 2-0 after 1, fought back to win it. In terms of faceoffs, they have won 9 of the first 12 in this game. Smith now to the wall for Yamamoto. And now it's taken in by Mason Appleton. Tanev. Vince Dunn from a screen shot from the point. That goes wide. Appleton now for Brandon Tanev by him. Riley Sheahan along the boards. Tanev looks around. He'll rim it all the way to the top of your screen. There's Jamie Oleksiak. Out of the corner, detected, broken up by Leon Draisaitl. Here come the Oilers. Yamamoto for the front, the trailer. Barry, his shot goes high. A headhunter right over the top of Chris Driedger. Now left at the top of the circle, and it comes back out to center ice. Riley Sheahan will just dump it in. Seattle and Edmonton both changing here. 9 minutes gone, period 1. Rogers Place, out of the corner. Nathan Bastian for Seattle, 14 in the white, broken up in front. And the Oilers get it out. Here's Jesse Puljujärvi from the right side with a shot stopped by Drieger. No further play.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the face-offs thing. I don't think everyone understands how important winning those face-offs are, and starting with the puck. That allows you to dictate the pace of the play and what's going on, and you're not chasing the puck right off the start.
Right. And that gets to what the coaches, you'll hear this a lot this season, right, JT? You want to play fast. It doesn't necessarily mean in terms of your skating, it's how you're moving that puck, how efficient that is.
It's the movement with and without the puck.
Right. But you have to get it first. So your point's well taken. Well, Hockey 101 here. Johansson, Morgan Geekie. Seattle on the transition. Cole Lind taken down by Evan Bouchard. Left along the boards now as we zoom in on it. Bouchard out of the corner. And Connor McDavid will take it back. Last season, McDavid, 33 goals, 72 assists, 105 points in 56 games. Marcus Johansson through the middle. Broken up. A flip in by Zach Hyman. A handle for Chris Drieger. To the wall it goes. Evans tied up on the forecheck. Geekie lends a helping hand. He'll play it to the outside. McDavid. Kyle Turris. Nurse lets it fly wide of Drieger. Pinching in from the point, Berglund. Philip Berglund for Zach Hyman. He's double teamed now. McDavid for Hyman to give and go. And a paddle down that time for Drieger on Zach Hyman. And it comes back out to center ice. Played along by Marcus Johansson all the way back in. Under 10 minutes left in this first period. 1-0 Edmonton on the goal by Darnell Nurse. Philip Berglund. Nice retrieval in the skates of Brendan Perlini. At his side, Kyle Turris. In the skates also, that pass for Shore. Kicked out by Drieger. And a penalty, a delayed penalty against Seattle will be called here.
Yeah, we're going to get a hooking call here.
The Edmonton Oilers had the best power play in the entire National Hockey League the last 2 seasons. They will get a chance to go to work in this preseason game on a hooking call. 9:27 left in this first period. Carson Twarynski will take a seat for the Kraken. And the Oilers have a 1-0 lead in this first period from Rogers Place here in Edmonton. Tickets available for our preseason game against the Edmonton Oilers at Angel of the Winds Arena on Friday, October 1st. Limited tickets available at everettsilvertips.com. .927 left in this first period. Carson Twarynski in the box for this, JT.
Yeah, he does a stick lift there, but it's the second one that gets on the hands, and that's what the refs are going to be looking for, is if the play is on the hands. If you use the stick to hook and it's on the hands, they're more than likely going to call it.
Not many of the veterans played for Edmonton in their first preseason game. They won it 4-0. They were 1 for 7 on the power play, but the big guns are here out in front. Good stick by Lauzon. Connor McDavid fields it this way, clears it in for Leon Draisaitl. He'll take it up top. Tyson Barrie, one-timer McDavid, rubbed out by Lauzon, and Drieger took care of the rebound. Off the stick of Zach Hyman, now McDavid. Telegraphed a pass that was picked off easily by Riley Sheahan. He'll kill some time and get it all the way down to Mike Smith.
That was a great one-timer by McDavid. It ricocheted a few times, and they ended up getting a pretty good chance in front.
Here's Leon Draisaitl. He'll gain the zone. Good stick check by Jamie Oleksiak on him. 8:47 left in this first period. Not much time in the Oiler power play. It comes deep. Connor Carrick, with help from Mason Appleton, will rim it all the way back down and kill more time.
So far, so good from Seattle. They've been applying good pressure to these very skillful forwards on this Edmonton Oilers group.
A slingshot pass by Barrie, finding Draisaitl. Full flight. McDavid, a handoff. Nugent Hopkins, back it goes. Here's Tyson Barrie. Puljujärvi out of the circle, off Will Borgen. It deflects to the wall. Fielded again by McDavid. Now Tyson Barrie. Connor McDavid walks it off the pad of Drieger. The rebound is held in. Tyson Barrie, McDavid all the way across. Turning with it, Draisaitl taken down. Another penalty. Will Borgen, McDavid, what a save by Drieger. As play continued, it's a tripping call. It will be a 5-on-3 advantage for 30 seconds.
You can definitely get yourself into some trouble when you lay down. Draisaitl makes a move. Borgen swings his stick back. He steps on it. And that's where you're going to get the tripling penalty. McDavid on the doorstep, but Drieger shuts the door. Unbelievable save.
Great save. Morgan picked up in the expansion process from the Buffalo Sabres. Faceoff will be in the Kraken zone. Sheahan against Draisaitl. This is Darnell Nurse holding on to it. McDavid asserting. In deep, Nugent Hopkins, they score! Yes, Puljujärvi out in front. One guy will come back. The Oilers will stay in the power play. They have a 2-0 lead.
The importance of winning the faceoff on a 5-on-3. You don't waste any time going right down low. Puljujärvi uses his body on Loizon in front, and that allows him to have just an easy tap in front of the net. But he shields his body to get away from the defensive checker, and that's why he has the nice little room right in front to put it in the net.
Had that point of separation on Alexiak and Lauzon. The big guy who's taken a while to get to full development, but he's doing a good job on the top line, and he comes through. And Edmonton will stay in the power play for $1:44. Bouchard, Kyle Turris. Yamamoto back for Turris. He had a man free in front for Berlini, but it never got through. Good play by Connor Carrick to deny the pass. He'll play it off the boards and clear it all the way down to Mike Smith. Yes, Puljujärvi, first of preseason. From Ryan Nugent Hopkins and Connor McDavid on the power play. Darnell Nurse. Good containment by the goaltender Drieger. Berlini resets it. Bouchard swings it across. Nurse with a shot wide on the stick side of Drieger. And it's picked up by Kyle Turris all the way across, and now played outside the line, as we see, by Darnell Nurse. Kyle Turris playing it through, and a little confusion at the Edmonton bench.
Yeah, they're going to take it too many men. Both guys jumped on at the same time, and they played the puck. That's the key.
Edmonton bench minor, too many men on the ice.
So we'll get to 4-on-4 hockey, and JT will pick it up as we take another look at it.
Yeah, if you look at the pass right here, the guys are changing. The rule usually is you try to tell yourself never play the puck towards your bench when guys are changing, and that's what happened there. Confusion, and they're going to be sitting in the box for it.
For our new fans, free substitution in hockey. The sport, not like anything else. And because of that, sometimes there's a little bit of confusion, but as JT pointed out, when you play the puck under those circumstances, you get the gate. So we get to 4-on-4, and it comes back out through center ice. Drieger will leave it there for Riker Evans. Out of Regina, the Western Hockey League. Now it's cleared in by Alexander True. The Oilers get to it. Out to center ice. They go to work on the attack. Philip Broberg with a shot. Drieger got a piece of it out of the corner. Connor Carrick will settle it down for the Kraken. Evans starts the breakout. See the time left in terms of the 4-on-4 sequence. Yarncroke, easy save for Mike Smith. Now the Oiler defense under some duress. McLeod tries to get it out. It's held in by Lauzon, and it's cleared across for Philip Berglund. Out to center. Moving in the zone now, Devin Shore. He throws on the brakes. Shot taken by Bouchard, rubbed out by Morgan Geekie. Morgan's out of the box. Power play for Seattle. And Drieger now. Let it go for Vince Dunn. He's hampered on the way out, flushed out by Colton Sevier. Dunn survives it. Here's Geekie on the wall. Back for Vince Dunn out of the corner. Kissed hard. Good play that time by Marcus Niemelainen. The Oilers get control. Colton Sevier, played last season in Pittsburgh, clears it in on Chris Drieger.
Edmonton's really putting the pressure up ice. They're walling their forwards to pressure Seattle, so they can't just sit behind the net.
How do you beat that?
Well, again, you just got to move. It's that first pass. Beat the first player with one pass, and then you can get going.
Appleton over the line, shadowed by Nurse. Mason Appleton lays it deep. Donato, power move in front off a skate, wedged wide by Ryan Donato. And it comes back out through center, all the way back in Seattle ice. Just about 15 minutes gone in the opening period. 5 seconds on the Kraken power play. John and JT with you as always. Now Evans will clear it by Smith. Werenski leaves it for Nathan Bastian. No shots on the abbreviated power play for Seattle. Out of the pileup. A pinch, a good job by Connor Carrick. Donato holding on to it. Wrapped up a bit by Nugent Hopkins. Here's Evans looking for a tip off the backside of McDavid. And Tyson Barrie elevates the puck on a down and out for Zach Hyman. Hyman out of the corner. Picked up by Carrick. Hyman looks around. The Oilers are changing. Here comes Puljujarvi like a freight train. He'll lay it along now for McDavid. Connor McDavid takes it in. He's double teamed along the wall. Werenski was one of those. Barrie to the far side. The Oilers whip it around. Here's Connor McDavid, the Oiler captain, through the slot. Evan Bouchard circles away from Henman. Back it goes from well out. Feed it across. Now McDavid swoops in. What a move! Out in front, nobody home. In back of Zach Hyman. Puljujarvi. McDavid. What a goal! Zach Hyman. And what a pass by Connor McDavid. 3-0 Edmonton.
That was one amazing pass, and Hyman looks like the off-season work for the Edmonton Oilers is already paying dividends. But if you look here, here's McDavid. He sees him already. He knows where he is. He has that sort of elite vision to make this sort of play. Instead of taking the shot, he finds an easy play right to Hyman on the back door.
That's a thing of beauty for Connor McDavid. They need grit and finishing touch. And Zach Hyman, they expect him to provide that for McDavid as they put together their top line for the upcoming season. These two teams will be Pacific Division foes. And we'll see a lot of each other along the boards now. Yamamoto from Spokane, played his junior hockey there. Taylor Yamamoto, 56 in the orange. They get in tight on the scrum. He digs it out, plays it along the dasher. Back it goes. To the corner now. Another scrum. It kicks out. Vince Dunn takes a hit. The Oilers go to work. Yamamoto drops it off for Nugent Hopkins. Leon Draisaitl shadowed that time by Riley Shea, and Draisaitl stays with it. Off the stick of Drieger to the wall. Tanev wraps up Ryan Nugent Hopkins. They'll take him down a couple of times. They play on. It's cleared all the way back. Icing is called here against Seattle.
I mean, they have a dynamic duo in Draisaitl and McDavid. They really can do it all.
When you take a look at it, it is top loaded though. Both of these guys, as we've talked about McDavid, you take a look at their lineage and major awards and all of that. Last season, McDavid over 100 points, Draisaitl 84 points, but the rest of the roster, there wasn't a player on the roster that had more than 50 points. So by getting a guy like Zach Hyman, right, JT, they're trying to just augment that a little bit.
Yeah, not rely so much on those two to get the job done every game.
Hyman has made it 3-0 Edmonton from McDavid, who has 2 points, and Puljujarvi, who also has 2 points at 16:08. Devon Shore moves in on Jeremy Lauzon. Morgan to the far wing. There's Morgan Geekie. Marcus Johansson out to dead center for Jeremy Lauzon. He'll hit the line. He's greeted there by Berglund, and now Broberg to the outside. Handing on a pass was Marcus Johansson. He'll get it back. Diagonal pass finding Lauzon. Here it comes, and Smith got a piece of it. The puck was on its edge when Jeremy Lauzon let it go, and out to center ice. Devon Shore will shovel it all the way back in the Seattle zone. Just about 18 minutes gone in the opening period. 3-0 Edmonton. Cole Lind in control. Move it back for Will Borgen. Lauzon through center. He'll flip it ahead. Mike Smith will wander out. He'll get to it. They'll move it along the boards. The Oilers get it out to center ice. Here's Tyson Barrie at the line this way for Sevier. Back for Barrie off his stick. He was defensively marked by Connor Carrick. Knocked down along the wall. Riker Evans goes across for Carrick. Right on the money for True. They gain the zone to the Kraken. A button hook by Kelly Arncroke. Smith out to get it like a third defenseman. It's a steal for Donato. Back for Evans. His shot goes wide. Maybe Smith got a piece of it. $1:15 left in period one. Kelly Arncroke Can't get to it. It's gloved out to center ice that time by Edmonton's Tyler Benson. This is Riley Sheahan. Moved along for Donato. Good defense by Tyson Berry. Riley Sheahan to the outside of Puljujarvi. Out of the corner. Under a minute left. Appleton handcuffed. His stick was thwarted. Now Hyman drops it off for Puljujarvi. Here come the Oilers again. Good stick check at the line by Seattle's Jamie Oleksiak, and it comes out to center. Darnell Nurse, who started the scoring, now McDavid has put on an early show and a reset here for the Kraken. 37 seconds left in this first period. Seattle fell behind 2-0 Sunday night against a young Vancouver team and came back. Now Bouchard out to center. Puljujarvi, the lead feed intended for Hyman. He'll go to work on Lauzon out of the corner. 19 seconds left in period one. Jeremy Lauzon gets to it. Play it off the boards, angle one out to center. It deflects in the Seattle bench for a break and play.
Yeah, they were down in Sunday's game as well, but a little bit different case than this one. They have a little bit more firepower up front for, I guess, for Seattle's defensemen to kind of work with. So it's a little bit different challenge than they saw last time.
Face off won by Leon Draisaitl. He'll drop it off for Yamamoto. Kissed hard by Lauzon. Geekie comes back. 3 seconds left in the period. And time will expire here in the first. So the Edmonton Oilers with a 3-0 lead, JT. They had 7 scoring chances. The Kraken had 4. And you have to admire, again, we see Connor McDavid. It's just amazing at the level of talent.
Yeah, I mean, he plays everything at full speed. He has the vision, the hands, the speed. Everything he does is at full speed, and it's so hard to defend. As you said, the shots are 11-13, but the better of the scoring chances have gone to Edmonton.
So as the guys head off, we'll be chatting with young Luke Henman very soon, the very first player ever signed by the Seattle Kraken, getting a great opportunity here tonight. And again, we're not going to really take the score into account because it's about the moment for a young player like this, right? You've been in his shoes.
Yeah, I mean, it's your first time, playing in and...
But how is it looking? Here's Ross Fletcher to take us behind the scenes.
Gentlemen, thanks very much. Back with you shortly. The Kraken's very first NHL regular season game is October 23rd against the Vancouver Canucks, right here at Climate Pledge Arena. The night before is the first public concert. Coldplay will be in the house. It's all getting very, very real. Well, as you can see, they're in the final stages of construction of Climate Pledge. It's amazing what they've done here. $1 billion of private investment has got you a brand new arena under that historic roof. And my favorite bit of trivia? The £44 million roof was effectively in a world first, floating at one point. They used temporary steel supports as they dug down 15 feet under the existing footprint, and they excavated dirt equivalent to 180 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And then they went all the way to the top to put the cherry on the cake, a brand new sign.
No one's ever attempted to try to do what we had to do.
We're actually doubling the size of the building. We're going from 400,000 square feet to 800,000 square feet. And we're doing that by going down. We're holding it in the air while we excavate underneath it between 50 and 60 feet. So the arena can go down, the footprint can get larger, and we have better sight lines for the seating.
And so I'm very, very proud to share with you what the name of this building is going to be, and another really important thing we're going to stand for. Climate Pledge Arena. world's first sustainable arena.
Physical spaces are really important. Every once in a while, one of them has a pixie dust. This is going to be a fantastic building, and we're going to get the pixie dust.
As well as a new sign, there's also a tight, intimate seating bowl, which we know will be loud on opening night. There's also the glass atrium here, beautiful, isn't it? As well as new interiors and private club spaces designed by Rockwell Group. And one slightly less glamorous but equally important part of this construction is a brand new tunnel. They tunneled under the existing building into the loading dock, so Climate Pledge Arena can host the largest possible concerts. It means all the artists can get their equipment easily in and out.
A big challenge for any building with a lot of events in it is the turnover. The transition from one night you're playing hockey, the next night you've got a boat show, the next night you have a concert. In Key Arena, it didn't have the loading docks, it didn't have the general space where you could pull that off fast enough. One of the things we wanted to do with the building is make certain from a 360 degrees there's a plaza around it. It's a nice place to be. So we are building a tunnel that starts about a block south. We're going to go smack underneath it.
In the history of our industry, there is no tunnel like that tunnel. It's a 2-truck, 2-lane freeway to get trucks and cars in and out of the building, and to have 8 loading docks compared to 2.
I'm actually fresh out of college, so this is my very first project. Everybody said, like, hey, this is gonna be a massive, huge project, and I was just like, it's not gonna be that big, it's not gonna be that bad. And as soon as I got here and stepped foot on the project, I was just like, oh wow, this is gonna be insane.
We up front said, this is going to be disruptive, but here's a window of time that we project it to last, and there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I love my job.
It looks like we're a lot closer than I thought we were. It seemed like I thought we still had about another 12 feet to go. It should only be somewhere about like 3 feet or something, right?
Breaking through end of this week, we'll be completely all the way through.
Oh yeah, we'll be hot and heavy, pushing that schedule, trying to make that date, give ourselves a Christmas present.
We're 9 months in, you know, we're finally about to break through to the opposite side, and this is an amazing feat.
So when Bruno Mars comes to town and he's got a dozen trucks, they will go down underneath the plaza. They unload the trucks, they get the shows ready to go, they pack them up when it's time to leave. But up on top, it's just a plaza. And the people who are going to be operating out of here, the people who bring their concerts, they're going to love it and they're going to come back.
Well, it's been absolutely fantastic to see this place come together. Climate Pledge Arena will be open in just a matter of weeks. Can't wait to share it with you. We'll see you here.
Thanks, Ross. As we speak, the ice at Climate Pledge Arena is being laid. But how did they make it so perfect? Check out what went on when it was time to lay the ice at Kraken Community Iceplex.
Making ice is an art form.
So when you start out, you mix together a powder-based paint and you mix that up with water and you find the proper consistency, and then you're spraying it with a wand that's probably upwards of 12 feet.
The big part about the white is the temperature of the water that you mix it with.
You want to make sure that it's not too thick and it has to run through the lines correctly. If it's too thick, you'll have some hiccups in the wand that we use to spray the ice with.
It has to be at least around 49 to 47 degrees, because anything warmer than that, the paint follicles will actually stand up and you won't get a good white coat.
After we paint white, we will seal it.
That way when we put the blue on and the red on top of it, we don't get pink and light blue.
That's another big factor. Don't want that paint to migrate around.
After that, we do a lot of marking, which is kind of the tedious part of the project. We have a piece of chain that we just put the middle part of chain in the middle and then go around. And the painting part of it is definitely an art.
The secret there is probably in the mixing of the paint, because it does come in a little bit thick and we have to water it down a little bit, but you don't want to overwater it because then it kind of comes out spotty.
I won't tell anybody any secrets, but it doesn't look quite as good when you get up close. There's some mistakes that you can't see from the restaurant.
Pretty much going back to back, you know, with the hash marks. Everything else kind of falls in place with the logos.
The logos are a lot of fun. So now they have the two different types of logos. I really enjoyed doing this one because we went back to the hand painting of this logo.
All of the S's you see on any sheet of ice are all hand painted.
We seal it in and then it's time to walk the dog.
Which is this big spray nozzle, and you carry it up here on your shoulders and you're just zigzagging back and forth and back and forth.
And by the way, I've never heard the dog bark. So we walk the dog long enough to get the ice thick enough to withstand the weight of the Zambo.
You can put a semi on it, and that's from the building process and the way that we put it down by taking the oxygen out. That's the secret right there. It's just putting the water down a little bit at a time so we get to an inch and build up the rest of the way with the Zambo. That's the art of making ice.
What a facility, and what a place here in Edmonton as we continue with our first intermission inside Rogers Place, where the fans are back. John and JT back with me here. And let's start with just your impressions of the first period. Obviously a great showing for the Edmonton Oilers and their skill and their best players.
Yeah, Seattle started okay off the start. They had a few good scoring chances, but since then it was all Edmonton.
All right, let's get to the first period highlights. JT, a pretty good start for the Kraken with this first opportunity.
Yeah, it's right off a face-off, which they're key, but it's the give and go. Dunn gives it into the middle, but then he moves to create the opportunity. But you have a guy like Darnell Nurse, who is a top defenseman in this league, can play the physical game, but also you see him here skating end-to-end.
Then it gets to a 5-on-3 power play. And yes, Puljujärvi needs just a little bit of room, and he can cash in.
Yeah, he's really good. He uses his body position, he gets his stick open right in front of the net, and he's able to tap one in.
2-0, and then 97. Connor McDavid goes to work.
I mean, he's the best player in the world for a reason. You just look at the things he does and how quick that pass is made. There's no time to react, and Hyman has a pretty much empty net on the side.
If he gets a few of those this season, he'll be very happy in his new home, no question. Let's take a look at the numbers after one period shots, Edmonton by 2, but we focus in on the power play. The Oilers, who had the best power play in the league last year, made good on theirs, and the Kraken had 3 chances. One was abbreviated. They did score 3 power play goals Sunday night in Spokane, and we'll see if they will have JT second period good fortune as they did Sunday night in Spokane. Chris Drieger will lead the boys out. We'll be back with the second period from Edmonton, Alberta right after this on Kong. Kraken goal and catch every unforgettable moment of their inaugural season on Root Sports. Check with your local provider to see if they will be carrying your Seattle Kraken all season long on Root Sports. JT, good news for the Wenbergs. Alex Wenberg has been away for the team for a few days. His son Rio was born on September 25th. Congratulations to Alex and Felicia Wenberg.
Yeah, it's definitely a special time, welcoming in a new baby. For me, that's one of, my pride and joys is my two babies that are back at home.
And I saw a clip of Booker Brown, who's an acrobat, so to speak.
He's fearless. I mean, absolutely fearless. Climbing
how
on
old?
things. 2.5. He'll be turning 3 soon. So,
yeah,
fearless young child.
You have two beautiful children, Dave Haxtell, Paul McFarland. It's a young coaching staff here in terms of the support guys, Jay Leach and Paul McFarland.
Yeah, no, and that can be great to relate to the players. To be around them and have a little bit more commonality with the players on the bench and just bringing everyone together.
See the coaching staff right here. A reminder, the rest of the preseason for the Kraken. Tomorrow night, Saddle Dome, Calgary on Kong, starting at 6 Pacific. Kraken and the Flames. Then we will come back to the greater Seattle area. It'll be King on Friday, Kong on Saturday, and that's from Godzilla up here in the booth. Okay, so now we're ready for the second period. It'll be Everett on Friday night and Kent on Saturday. Close it out October 5th in Vancouver, and then it starts for real in Las Vegas, October 12th. Connor McDavid, stellar in period 1. Riley Sheahan scored the first goal in Kraken preseason history. Wins the draw. The Kraken get it deep. Mason Appleton overskates it. Good play by Edmonton's Darnell Nurse, who started the scoring tonight. A long-range shot. That play is offside. We get a stoppage. The early stages of this second period.
Yeah, we're going to get a look here real quick to see if Seattle can put that first period behind them and start fresh. Try to just win this period and see how they play.
Face-off will be outside the line. Riley Sheahan, Brandon Tanev, Mason Appleton. That's the forward line for the Kraken. Will Borgen, Jeremy Lauzon on the back end for Dave Haxtell. Smith got a piece of it. He recovers on Tanev. So he gets out of jail with that one as he makes a recovery on an odd bounce. Riley Sheahan at the line. Goes all the way across for Tanev in front, just wide. Will Borgen on the doorstep. A good start in this second period for Seattle. Out to center, Lauzon. Riley Sheahan let it go for Mason Appleton at the line. Trying to get it through for Marcus Johansson. It goes off the stick of Zach Hyman, and it deflects out of play.
Tanev had a great chance, a fortunate one. The puck gets dumped in. It goes off the glass. Goalies have to be careful. No, it hit his stick. And Smith comes flying back in to make the save. Here comes the second chance in very short succession. Tanev with a great pass to the front of the net. Borgen driving the net. That's key.
We'll see how long the starters go tonight. Smith is his first opportunity in preseason. He is supported by Mikko Koskinen, the veteran, the 6'7" goaltender. Joey Decord is the backup tonight for Seattle through center. Yamamoto going wide. A shot taken off the stick of Vince Dunn. Draisaitl detected by Morgan Geekie. Leon Draisaitl gets it back. Here's Evan Bouchard at the point, popping out. Nugent Hopkins. This way, Draisaitl. Little button hook. He'll cycle high with it. Leon Draisaitl lays it off. Niemelainen gets it back. Marcus Niemelainen now for Evan Bouchard in the skates of Nugent Hopkins. He'll saucer it back for Bouchard. In the slot, Draisaitl circles away from the pack. Goes off a stick. Played inside the stripe by Evan Bouchard. Nugent Hopkins. Good stick for Drieger. Yamamoto gets to it. And Drieger says no. He'll hang on.
Yeah, that was a tough shift for Seattle in their zone. But it's the third guy that's high for Edmonton that's creating the problems. It's making the forwards up top decide who they want to cover.
Taylor Yamamoto got in there and just snuck in. We talked about him in the first period. Hailing from Spokane, 5'8", 153, but you can't measure the heart, right? Outstanding young player out of the corner. Kyle Turris, low to high, they work it around. From the point, shot taken that time by Philip Broberg, deflects high. Comes out for Devin Shore, negated. Carrick broke it up. Twarynski out to center ice. Carson Twarynski, the former Philadelphia Flyer, will pitch it in on Broberg. He'll get after it. Broberg is helped out by his partner, Philip Berglund, now in left in back of the goal by Henman, moving in Carrick off a body wide. Back to the point. Riker Evans will play it outside the line. Has a tough time with it. Good play to recover, though. Forked in the zone by Twarynski. He'll go off on a change. Philip Berglund goes D-to-D with Philip Broberg. Two Phillips, but they spell it a different way. It's cleared in. One with a P, one with an F. Along the boards now out to center. Played all the way back down. Mike Smith reverses for Evan Bouchard. To lay it along, he'll get a second chance to break it out. Just about 3 minutes gone in the second period. John Forsland, JT Brown, Rogers Place here in Edmonton. Inside the line, Alexander True for Will Borgen. In the skates of Ryan Donato. Colton Sevier will push it deep in the Kraken zone. Drieger under pressure. Survives it. Here's Donato. Out to center ice. He'll sail it by Kalle Järnkrok. Markus Niemelainen. Moved out of the zone by Ryan McLeod. A little help from Tyler Benson. Cut off by Jeremy Lauzon. He'll go D-to-D with Borgen, who has time to take a peek up ice. From the Edmonton line, he's hit hard by Niemelainen. Connor McDavid. 2 points in the first period. A beautiful pass to Zach Hyman. On the third Edmonton goal, they lead it 3-0 out of the corner. McDavid out in front. Drieger said no. A dandy on Puljujarvi.
And McDavid continues to shine. That was a fantastic look from the corner all the way to the front of the net. Drieger was right there, though, stayed square and was able to smother the puck.
Good forechecking by the Oilers. And we'll see it here from a different angle.
Just a little separation there from Hyman to get the puck so McDavid was allowed to make that play.
Off the face-off, Alexiak will get to it. He'll clear it all the way down. Wandering out is Smith. Playing it ahead of the goal line. It comes back out. Moved off the wall by Vince Dunn. Delayed offside. Seattle tags up. Darnell Nurse by Hyman all the way back. Here's Alexiak for Dunn. Just inside his own line, Vince Dunn. Pressured by Zach Hyman. Now he flushes out Alexiak. Dunn. More checked by Puljujarvi. Here's Riley Sheahan. Out to center. Encumbering pass played well by Alexiak. Now Tyson Barrie. Darnell Nurse through the center zone over the stick of Puljujarvi. In the second period of the long change. 15:32 left in it. Shots are 15 Edmonton, 12 taken by Seattle. Where it counts the Oilers by 3. Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl. He'll crank it up. Leon Draisaitl through the center zone. Broberg. Yamamoto. Pass deflects off a body off Cole Lind, and coming way out to get it is Mike Smith. We'll move it to open space. Nugent Hopkins turns it over. Johansson in front for Lind. Shut down by Smith. The rebound. He got a piece of that one. It's underneath Mike Smith, who does a snow angel. He's got it.
What seemed to be a simple play ends up being a good scoring chance for Seattle. It's just a quick little turnover. Right to Johansson. He tries to make the pass. Lind with a good job getting it from the skate to his stick and being able to put it on net. The clearing attempt goes right back on Smith. He smothers it up, but he doesn't know where it is.
Right. A chance for Cole Lind. There he is. He played 7 games with Vancouver last year, shuttling up and down. Some taxi squad action in the COVID season of 56 games. 14-11 Seattle. After losing that one, we'll do the math. Even I can do that. It's 14-12 now. See, JT, how brilliant I am at times? I can count.
You are brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
And you make my job easier.
Well, for now. 14:55 left in the second period. A younger lineup tonight. You see some of the faces. Riker Evans is one of those. He's paired on defense with Connor Carrick, Henman, Tworinsky, and Nathan Bastian up front. Now Devin Shore, as the veteran, goes wide. Shore holding onto it off the stick, defended well by Carrick. Here's Bastian from his own territory. Luke Henman drops it off at the line. Bastian for Carrick. Right in off a stick. Patted down by Smith. A wrap chance. Mike Smith got a cross on Nathan Bastian, and play comes to a halt.
And a very skilled play by Hedman here through the legs right in the neutral zone to keep the puck going. Carrick gets the puck on net, and Bastian with a nice little wraparound attempt. The offense is starting to show a little bit.
We talked with Luke Henman. Get a good look at him right there about how he feels. Do you remember your first preseason game at this level?
Well, my first regular season game was before my first preseason game, luckily. But I do remember the first game.
So you're thrown right into
thrown
the fire.
into the Wolves.
And what was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Where was it?
It was, actually, now you just put me on the spot.
Oh, come on.
First game was in Tampa.
Google it, everybody. Now it's played through center. We'll get help on that. They cross the line. The Oilers do. Morgan seals off Colton Sevier. It deflects over the glass. And we get a stoppage here. 14-12 left in the second period. Shots are even at 15. A face-off in the Seattle zone.
100% confidence in Tampa versus Washington.
There we go. And how'd it go? Do you remember any details?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I played. That's all that mattered.
It's a blur, right?
Correct.
We can understand it. Take a look at the Kraken Nation. Alberta chapter, possibly. Maybe they made their way from the Emerald City. But it's great to see. And the big crowd tonight at Rogers Place was off the paddle of Mike Smith. Oilers back out to center ice. You're looking at Tyson Barrie creating space, shadowed by Alexiak, hammered by Nurse off the pad of Drieger. Kelly Yarncroke taken down. They play on. Sevier tied up by Lauzon. It's punched out for Ryan Donato. He'll walk it out to the center zone. Move it by Nurse. Cut off by Barrie. The Oilers start a transition with a capital T. It's McDavid over the line. He'll play it off the shoulder of Drieger. Puljujärvi resets it for Darnell Nurse. He lost control, and now Alexander True is cut off by Nurse. Puljujärvi at the line with Hyman. Run into by Dunn. Here's McDavid for Hyman right off the metal. Zach Hyman set up by Connor McDavid. Now McDavid has it again. Broken up by Riley Sheahan. Riley Sheahan was a member of the Edmonton Oilers in the 1920 season. Now Brandon Tanev out to center. Moving it by Evan Bouchard. He'll get after it. Tanev with a stutter step that time. Marcus Niemelainen all over him. Now Hyman coming back. Forced by Connor Carrick. Sheahan in back of the goal. Tanev at his side. He'll cycle high. Lay it back for Riker Evans. Now Riley Sheahan. Out in front off the stick off Niemelainen. Now Mason Appleton overskates it. Sealed off by Niemelainen. Here's Edmonton's Evan Bouchard. Has a bright future. He'll ice the puck in this scenario. He'll take it back to the Oilers zone.
Now's a good opportunity for Seattle to, work on their face-off plays, to try to gain a little bit more offense. And that was very close. There's not a lot of room for McDavid to try to put that in, but there's the vision again, right to Hyman, off the post. McDavid is showing consistently why he's the best player in this league.
And a chance for you to educate our new fans. There are set plays off face-offs, right?
Yes, usually they're more often in the offensive zone as the team that's going to have a face-off play.
This will be Morgan Geekie. The Oilers look for possession. It comes back to Connor Carrick. Shot taken, stopped by Smith. The rebound fanned down by Riker Evans. Geekie in back of the goal, shouldered in a hard way by Bouchard. And the Oilers get it out. Puljujärvi stands on a pass, and McDavid will get to it. He'll go off on a change. He'll get it deep. Carrick all the way around, awaiting is Morgan Geekie. Was by him. Broberg, 86 in the orange. Lays it along for Yamamoto. Cole Lind, Morgan Geekie, Carrick for the front. There he is. Good play by Berglund, converging on him out of the corner. Cole Lind lays it along. Now Broberg and Berglund on defense make it happen for Draisaitl. He'll get it out. Kaylor Yamamoto hit hard by Will Borgen. It comes back in the Seattle zone. Twarynski drops it off. Yamamoto got to it. Broberg from the point with a shot. Getting a piece of it with his blocker was Chris Drieger. Broberg again, Philip Broberg. Intercepted by Will Borgen, and back out are the Kraken. Yamamoto taken down in a hard way, and they play on. Berglund gave it away. Went off the stick of Carson Twarynski. It goes on to play. 11 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. The middle session here in Edmonton, Alberta, where the Oilers have a 3-0 lead.
That's right. So players get a chance to come in, show the coaching staff, show the management who they are as players, who they are as teammates, who they are as people. And, you know, so we're excited to sort of see how that goes. It's a little bit more challenging. They haven't played with each other before. You know, if you're coming back to the same organization, you have the same players in a lot of situations, you have the same system in a lot of situations. So it's a new system, it's a new players, it's a new city, it's new everything. But, you know, the cool part is we get to make history every day. So, you know, sort of relish that opportunity, come here and enjoy what we're doing and have as much success as we possibly can.
We thank Ron Francis for that, and you're fresh off your career. What have been your impressions of what they've been able to do so far?
Yeah, camp has been very good so far. You know, just the organization has been run at an extremely high pace, like they've been doing things the right way.
Ryan Donato now will clear it ahead, and if there's something that's jumped out at you, what would that be?
You know, I think just so far from watching camp, from watching practice, the scrimmages, you know, they're playing with high intensity, and that's how they want to play the game.
And a full house at Kraken Community Iceplex. It's great to see the fans there every day. Really brings out a terrific atmosphere. Now Drieger, Will Borgen, forechecked by Kyle Turris. This is Kelly Yarncroke for Alexander True, who gets the handle back, sets up Jeremy Lauzon. Pushed in the zone on a change by Ryan Donato. John Forsland and JT Brown with you. Rogers Place, Edmonton, tomorrow night in Calgary. As the preseason will continue, Edmonton a 3-0 lead. All of the goals in period one. Darnell Nurse, a power play goal by Jesse Puljujärvi. And then Zach Hyman. Out to center, it's knocked out of midair by Riley Sheahan. On the off wing, he'll lay it across for Connor Carrick. His shot sealed off. No rebound, given up by Mike Smith. 9:53 left in the second period. Better than halfway through in Edmonton. On a goaltending change. We're back after this. Membership program. Limited tickets for this season's home games are available exclusively to members now. Go to KrakenMembership.com for all the details. And JT, Edmonton has a new goaltender.
That'd be a good idea to shoot on him now, shoot early and shoot often on a goalie who's not warm coming in, but they're still going to have a little bit of a tall task when they look at the net and they see a 6'7" goaltender standing in their way.
He's the younger of the two. Smith is 39, Koskinen is 33. He appeared in 26 games a season ago, won 13 of those, but his goals against was north of 3. His save percentage was below 90, and those are dangerous numbers for an NHL goaltender. 9:53 left in the second period. The Kraken looking to crack the seal here, if you will. Just get one, take it from there. That's what they did in Spokane on Sunday night. A younger lineup here. Evans at the point paired with Carrick, and Connor Carrick will take it back. Morgan Kiki is it deep in his own zone. Chris Drieger stays in goal for Seattle. A steal, Yamamoto to the outside of Riker. Evans out of the corner, Draisaitl hooks it deep. Carrick has time. He'll lay it along for Cole Lind. On and off his stick, he gets it back from Johansson. Bouchard paired on defense with Markus Niemelainen, who takes a hit from Cole Lind and gets it out to center. Evans is spun down, delayed offside, and a penalty will be called too, so that will go against Edmonton. Drieger for the bench, the long change. The Kraken get an extra man on the ice until Edmonton gets possession, which they do now, and the Kraken go to work on a power play.
Yeah, they're gonna...
Edmonton minor penalty, 56 holding.
With the holding penalty here, it's going to be, it looks like the open hand. Oh, he uses, Well, maybe. It's tough to see from that side whether or not his open hand actually came around. But from the rest vantage point, it did look like the open hand, and that's the holding call.
Seattle 0 for 2 with the power play. Kaylor Yamamoto in the box. Mikko Koskinen now in goal. We'll see what the Kraken do. They start a young unit. True, Lind, Appleton, with Connor Carrick and Vince Dunn manning the points. Colton Sevier, Devin Shore will be the 2 killers up front for Dave Tippett and the Oilers. They will have Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard on the back end. Face off won by True. Dunn looks it over to the flank for Carrick. He'll get it back. Vince Dunn this way for Cole Lind. His shot blocked by Nurse. Lind gets it back. True for Appleton. Good stick check by Sevier on him. Lind resets it. Dunn on the wall. Cole Lind to the slot. Appleton, a chop chance, deflects wide. Good play by Alexander True to get to it. Back to the point. Mishandled by Dunn. Stolen by Darnell Nurse. He'll move it out.
A little different look with Dunn on this unit. Instead of Riker Evans, he had a long extended shift before the penalty was taken, and that's probably why Dunn is moving out with this line.
Here's Lind now, a sweep check. That time Ryan McLeod on him. Appleton goes barreling deep in the zone. Goes off Koskinen with True out in front. Niemelainen will pump it all the way down to Chris Drieger. See the time left in the power play. Boy, the Kraken would love to get one here. Marcus Johansson is fresh on the ice, joining the second unit. Morgan Geekie comes out. Ryan Donato, Calle Yarncroke. Dunn stays out. He'll slingshot it back for Donato at a power play goal in Spokane on Sunday. Donato out of the corner, shadowed that time by Tyler Benson. Geekie to the point man. Awaiting is Evans this way. Donato to the slot. Good stick by Tyler Benson. Here's Riker. Evans holding onto it. We get it back from Donato. Evans to the outside. Calling was Geekie. Donato locked in front. Niemelainen got a stick to it. It's chopped out of play. And we get a stoppage.
When Seattle started to simplify things, getting into the zone, that's when this chances occur. You get him moving around the box, it goes through, Donato puts it at the net. It was a good block, but you like the idea of them getting pucks to the net.
That's what they did the other night. Kind of reverse the flow, get it to the weak side. 27 seconds left on this power play. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Morgan Geekie, who wins it back. Evans, Donato. They'll get to it. He's hurried by Zach Hyman. It goes by Johansson. Here's Geekie. Sandwiched a bit along the boards that time. Broberg is there. Bouchard, 75 in the orange, grinding for Edmonton. It comes all the way back. Nugent-Hopkins in control. Lead feed. Short-handed. Zach Hyman, who has one tonight. From a tough angle, bodied down by Drieger. Left in back of the goal. Nugent-Hopkins checked off it by Geekie. Yamamoto's out of the box. Even turns on the ice. Edmonton by 3 on the board. Geekie drops it off. Here's Evans with a shot blocked. A rebound chance. Goes astray. Riker Evans off a stick, a defensive stick. Edmonton back out. Here's Connor McDavid. Over the line for Puljujarvi. He gets it back. He'll stop on a dime. Connor McDavid holding onto it. He'll lay it across. Tyson Barrie moves in on Tanev. Out of the corner now. Shift gears a bit. Go to work. He's shouldered hard by Will Borgen. Riley Sheahan right on the money. Brandon Tanev walks it out to center away from McDavid. Moving up on Darnell Nurse. Tanev goes down low. Given a rough ride by Darnell Nurse. They jam along the boards. Sheahan in control. Go to high play for Borgen. Borgen a wrist shot through traffic. Stop by Koskinen. The rebound. Bastian. He'll try the other side. Nathan Bastian for Jeremy Lauzon. Popping out of Sheahan in the high slot. Now Tanev in control. Moving away from Tyson Barrie. Riley Sheahan drops it off for Borgen. Will Borgen. Shot taken, patted down by Koskinen. Good rebound control. McDavid lays it along by Draisaitl, back out. Here's Jeremy Lauzon away from Jesse Puljujarvi, who pesters him in front of that Edmonton bench. Under 6 left in the second period. Here's Nurse. The Oilers are onside. McDavid moves it in. Borgen defending for Seattle. Left along the boards, off the paddle of Drieger. Left it back of the goal now. Lauzon will jump on it. Jeremy Lauzon back out to center ice. Niemelainen, Marcus Niemelainen coming back. Seattle executes a line change. A quick up. It deflects in on Drieger. He'll melt it down. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in the second period. From Rogers Place here in Edmonton, where the Oilers have a 3-goal advantage. Debut on Root Sports on October 14th. Don't miss a moment or a memory. Check with your provider to make sure they will carry Seattle Kraken games on Root Sports all season long. That sounds terrific. We'll be in Music City, Kraken, and the Predators for our kickoff. Coverage of Dave Haxtell's group. Take a look at a face-off in the Seattle zone. 5:25 left in the second period. Kraken down by 3. John and JT with you as always. Tonight from Edmonton, tomorrow night in Calgary. The old barn. Off the face-off. Niemelainen. Moved inside now. Standing on it, Brendan Perlini. A pass from Kyle Turris. Vince Dunn back out. Edmonton tries to recycle it back. Here's Bouchard. Devin Shore. A lead pass for Turris. His shot snared by Drieger. No further play.
A much better first 15 minutes here for Seattle in the second period. They've done a better job of neutralizing Edmonton's forwards, but a lot of that is them not being on, or Edmonton being on the power play.
It's obvious that Chris Drieger will get 2 periods at least here tonight. Joey Decord is the support goaltender. A great story with his college hockey at Arizona State. Cleared all the way around. Bouchard popping out. Shore defensively marked by Morgan Geekie. Vince Dunn plays it along the wall. Settled down by the Oilers. Shore, Devin Shore. Little push by Marcus Johansson on him. Here comes Geekie out to center. Morgan Geekie, Sunday's hero, clears it in. Bouchard takes a hit. Johansson fanned on by Lind in the slot. Now Cole Lind resets it. This is Connor Carrick. A wrist shot swallowed up. The rebound for Geekie. That went off a stick astray. Pretty good second period for the Kraken in terms of chances. Now Perlini. Shore. Perlini. They score! The give and go works. Brendan Perlini trying to resurrect his career as an Edmonton Oiler makes it 4-0.
And all it is just chipping the puck out. Taking a hit to make a play, making the play. Here it is, it's a 2-on-1. Carrick realizes it a little bit late. The give and go, right back, unselfish hockey. Put it right back in, one-timer into the back of the net.
Nice combination work by Devin Shore, and the finish from Brendan Perlini. Right here, nothing Drieger could do. Good side-to-side movement on a transitional breakout after the Kraken had a pretty good scoring chance at the other end. The shots are even at 22, and the score is not. Oilers by 4. Lind through the middle all the way across. Colton Sevier. Nice recovery by young Riker Evans. Connor Carrick now takes a look up ice. Alexander True at the line. He'll roll it in. Philip Berglund reverses the flow. Tyler Benson plays it off True. Lind over the stick of Donato. Moved along by Sevier. He'll clear it in. Under 4 minutes left in the second period. Perlini from Shore at 15:43. Has made it 4-0 Oilers now. In control, Connor Carrick back out. The Oilers will send a team to Everett on Friday night. Kraken home game. Out of the corner. Moved up to center by Broberg, and now Benson gave it away to Sheahan. Riley Sheahan clears it off the paddle of Mikko Koskinen. Broberg out of the corner, a quick up for Benson, and now Leon Draisaitl with a trailer and Yamamoto. Draisaitl throws on the brakes. Kaylor Yamamoto off the paddle of Drieger to the corner. Appleton cuts across. Nugent Hopkins is there for Edmonton. Now Brandon Tanev. Tight quarters. Good job to get it out by Jeremy Lauzon. Here's Will Borgen. Sealed off at the line, just inside it by Darnell Nurse. Mason Appleton. That's the handleback, hammered by Lauzon, rubbed out by Nugent Hopkins. Now Appleton out of the corner. Yamamoto tries to pry it out. Good work by Sheahan. Fanned on by Marcus Johansson. Yamamoto deep in his own zone. Darnell Nurse will get to it. Back out. Awaiting is Alexiak for Seattle. Here's Johansson for Kiki. At the line, crisscrossing with Oleksiak. The big rig with a handoff for Cole Lind. Cole Lind will sort it out. And across, encumbering pass for Kiki. Now Leon Draisaitl gets it back out for Yamamoto. Loses that battle to much larger Oleksiak, and now Nugent Hopkins. Can't get to it. Vince Dunn will. Just about 18 minutes gone in the second period. Sean and JT with you tonight as that one deflects out of play. And we get another stoppage. So we talked about Koskinen at 6'7". Well, this is the definitive big rig in the National Hockey League at 6'7", JT, Jamie Oleksiak.
It's amazing at that size that he can skate so well. He's a hard player to play against in the corners in front of the net. He can kind of do a little bit of everything, though, for Seattle.
And it's a true testament to a guy who's taken some time, right? A big guy, raw when he broke in, but he's really, really developed well over his time with Dallas, a couple of tours there, and especially in Pittsburgh. Now it's laid across. Delayed penalty against Seattle here. Koskinen will lumber off. Closing the hand on the puck will be called here, I believe.
It's definitely
Seattle number 55, minor penalty, closing the hand on the puck.
It's a tough play for defensemen when the puck's flipped up in the air like that. And you have forwards barreling in on you. He wants to just bat it forward, but he does get a little bit too much, closes the hand, and it's almost more of a throwing it forward. It's the right call. But again, you have forwards barreling down on you. It's a tough play for defensemen.
Yeah. Really no choice. So a tough break against Jeremy Lauzon. He says he just volleyballed it down, just pawed it down. Might have a case. Now Barry holding on to it. Edmonton goes to work, 1 out of 2 on the power play. 5-on-3 goal. Hyman in front. A chance. They stole one. Connor McDavid sneaks in a 3-point night for the Oiler captain. The reigning MVP makes it 5-0 Oilers.
We're finding out pretty quickly why they had the best power play in the league last year. They moved the puck so quickly, tic-tac-toe, even though it was a little bit of a fortunate bounce. You just ISO McDavid here. He knows right when to get to the front, to the side of the net, when the puck is coming. Such a smart player.
Nice little pass by Draisaitl, right? Just to push it across.
He knows he's going to be wide open on that backside. He could shoot that, but the better play is the pass to the back door.
95 seconds left in the second period. Oilers in control of this second preseason game ever for the Seattle Kraken. Cleared in. Icing will be called here against Seattle, and they'll take it back the other way.
Right off the faceoff, McDavid just sort of gets lost in the play. He's waiting, the puck's on the backside, you got to be aware of him, and that's where he goes down to slide to try to block. Alexiak does to try to block that pass. It just goes right back in front of the net.
Someone who wore 99 here for many years did that all the time, Wayne Gretzky. Get lost on the play, be there in terms of the puck before it happens. McDavid, power play goal from Draisaitl and Hyman at 18:24. Puck is free now, deep in the zone. Broberg shoved off it a bit by Nathan Bastian. Darnell Nurse will flip it through center ice with 1 minute left in the second period. The Kraken will continue their preseason tomorrow night in Calgary. Is now going wide with it is McLeod to the slot for Perlini. Broken up, good play by the Kraken's Luke Henman. Now it's played along deep by Ryan McLeod by Drieger. 38 seconds left in the second period. Out to center ice. Korinski for Nathan Bastian. He'll dump it in. Seattle will change. And Darnell Nurse in control. We should point out the Kraken brought everyone on this trip. So it'll be a different group tomorrow night, as you will see in the preseason. Kraken will come home and have games in Everett on Friday night, Kent on Saturday.
Yeah, and it'll be the first chance to play a back-to-back game. Those are going to happen throughout the season. How is the team going to go into the next game after playing one the night before? They're not easy to do. You get in late, maybe not get the best sleep in a new hotel, but you still have a job to do.
Morgan Geekie will face off here against Ryan McLeod. It's one back. Kraken in control. Carrick now moves it in. Comes all the way around. Geekie now tied up. Left along the boards. Played along and out to center. Colton Sevier play it off a stick. Connor Carrick will get to it. That'll do it here in the second period. It was 3-0 Edmonton after one. 5-0 Edmonton here after two. Puzzled look by Jamie Oleksiak, and again the Kraken had some opportunities, but Edmonton showing off their veterans tonight and their class on the power play.
Yeah, as of right now, there was a lot better second period. We know they have to stay out of the box, though. That's been a key for Edmonton so far and why they've dominated through two periods. But again, the shots are close. It's just the quality of those scoring chances are not there.
That concludes our second period here at the Kraken. We believe hockey is more than a game. It is a way to connect and build our community. So the Kraken and Climate Pledge Arena joined forces to create One Roof Foundation.
Everyone feels part of the Kraken family. The future of our sport starts with us. We can lift each other up. One Roof Foundation is our nonprofit. We want a more equitable society, a healthy planet, and a world in which we all have a brighter future, where the well-being of one person is connected to the well-being of everyone. We're forging a holistic and long-term partnership with Youth Care to help end youth homelessness in our region.
Youth Care was our partner from day one, and it was really a symbol of we were going to give back and make a difference, because we are really going to take all of the resource we have, all the compassion, all of our love, and we're going to make a difference.
We're all in this together, under one roof.
To help support One Roof Foundation, check out the auction taking place now through October 9th. Items like preseason warm-up jerseys and even tickets to opening day are up for grabs. More information can be found on the website, onerooffoundation.org/auction. Now, if you're coming to a game or a concert at Climate Pledge Arena, there's a lot that's new, from tickets to transportation, so pay attention as our friend Ross Fletcher breaks it down for you.
Hey, what's going on? Arena is right behind us there. You know, going to a Seattle Kraken game or a concert or event at Climate Pledge is going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced. So much has been reimagined, from cool technology to faster ways to pay to neat transport options, including the extended light rail. And the whole point? Well, to give you the best experience you can possibly get. Let's start with how you get to a Kraken game. Rob Johnson's been leading the charge on that. So Rob, here we are downtown Seattle at the Westlake Station. An important part of your transport puzzle. What's your message to fans?
First of all, don't leave without a plan. If you do have to drive, we strongly encourage you to think about parking downtown and then hopping on the monorail to get over. At the end of the event, you're going to be able to access freeway entrances much faster, and parking in Uptown is going to be scarce and it's going to be expensive.
And why is Westlake Station an important piece?
Well, if you're taking a bus downtown, if you're taking light rail downtown, you're going to get here to Westlake and you're going to be able to go upstairs to the monorail and quickly get to Climate Pledge Arena.
And why the focus then on mass transit?
Well, if you look at the carbon footprint associated with Climate Pledge Arena, environmentally friendly way to get to it.
Or your Kraken transit app on this thing?
That's right. Way for you to get on and off any of those public transit options to get you to an event at Climate Pledge Arena. But if you're coming to an Orca card, we've got an app that you can download a free transit ticket to get you to the game.
Okay, fantastic. Well, here we are, Orca card app. And how many people?
Each of these cars can hold about 250 people. We can move a car from the Westlake Center to Seattle which means we can run cars about every 3.5 minutes. Several thousand people can get on and off a monorail train before problem.
Using public transit to get to the arena has never been easier, and that's partly thanks to a brand new app the Kraken and Climate Pledge Arena are rolling out. Becca Elliott is their Director of Digital and Fan Experience. So here we are, Becca, on the platform at the monorail. Tell me, how do you use the app for public transportation?
Great question. So for all Kraken games, we are subsidizing public transit for all of our fans. And the app is built to make sure that every fan can get to the game as quickly as possible. And we're using digital ticketing this way, so you can actually generate those free public transit passes, whether it's bus or light rail to monorail, to actually get to the arena faster and not sit in traffic. So the app is the only way to redeem those free public transit passes.
And how user-friendly is it for someone like me who doesn't use an app too often?
Yep. So our main focus when we built this app was to make it simple and easy to use, easy to understand. So no training required. So it's there, click of a button, I want to take the bus, it generates the pass, you hop on, you're ready to go.
Then it's the final part of the journey to Climate Pledge Arena. Just a short walk through the Seattle Center and you're there. If your only option is to drive, then the app, which is being rolled out in the weeks ahead, will help you find parking ahead of time.
Parking you can pre-book using the app, and we'll have lots right around here, lots right around Westlake, so you can take the monorail. And with that subsidized public transit, the monorail is free.
And of course, being Climate Pledge Arena, we're really hoping folks are going to take advantage of that public transit option. But if you have no choice but to drive, we're going to make sure that we've got a parking lot that's close and within your price point. And some of them, we even have solar panels like the one we're standing at right now.
So let's put this parking app to the test. Here is the reservation screen. I'm going to choose the Vancouver Canucks, why not? Here's the parking garages. We're going to choose this one here, book, and then follow the process. It'll even help you with your directions. Let's go. And here we are at the garage, the app saving you time, money, and really importantly, stress. So the app makes life easier for getting to the arena, but it doesn't stop there. You'll also use it for getting into Climate Pledge Arena. So let's just pretend, guys, we're in Climate Pledge Arena right now, because Becca, you're going to show me how the app can get us into the games, right?
I am. So Climate Pledge Arena is a mobile-only ticketing building, so no paper tickets are accepted. And with the app, we're fully integrated with Ticketmaster. So whether it's a Kraken game or a concert or special event, you can use the app to pull up your tickets, walk up to these scanners, scan in, and keep going.
And what else is in there in the app to really give people that great experience?
So content and access to exclusive content in the app. So for game days, starting at the very early morning skates, coaches interviews with our executive staff and leadership, injury updates, anything that might happen all throughout a game day, as well as in-game highlights. So if a big goal happens or we go to a shootout and we win, you'll want to see those highlights right away, so they'll live right here in the app so fans can have first exclusive access to exciting things happening all throughout the game day.
So how much of this is about making a one-stop shop and an improved experience overall for fans?
That's really at the heart of this. That's why we set out to do it. We know that we could improve the fan experience, whether it was through ticketing or through transportation, and making that so much easier, as well as access to information that they want, whether it's about an event or a player or a game. We wanted it to all be right in the fans' hands so that they had control, and we really honor their time and make their experience entering our building, within the building, and even at home when they're viewing content to be as excellent as possible and to really push the fan experience forward using technology to power it.
So there you have it, game day and concert going reimagined. But what are the big takeaways? Well, you'll want that app when it comes out shortly. Plan your journey. Use public transit. It's been made easy for you. And if you do have to drive, don't swirl around Climate Pledge Arena looking for parking. Book ahead. It's all been designed to make your Kraken and concert-going experience one to remember from door to door.
Thank you, Ross. Great job as always. Beautiful night here in Edmonton for the Kraken. They have some work to do. That's obvious in the third period. Down 5 against an NHL-ready lineup of the Edmonton Oilers. John and JT back with you. You saw a bubble hockey game in the background of that piece. Were you any good at, or are you very good at bubble hockey?
No, not really.
Really?
No, never really played it too much.
You and I will have to get after it, all right?
I think I'm going to win, even though I'm not very good.
We are basically still a pro athlete. I hope your reaction time is better than me. It should be. But we'll see. You never know what will happen. Now, let me ask you this. You've been in this position. There's a lot of young guys in the lineup tonight for the Kraken. So I guess you have to wipe away the score. And what's important for them in the third period?
Yeah, a wise coach once said you have to have a mind of a goldfish. And that's what they have to do. They have to forget about the score, forget about the last 2 periods, and just play their game. You have to continue, whether you're up 5-0 or down 5-0, it's the same game, and you can't let the score affect how you play.
Yeah, and there's a collection of young players trying to make the grade here tonight. We'll see what happens in the third period. We'll get to the second period highlights. JT, some good chances here for the Kraken at the outset.
Yeah, early there was a fortunate bounce off the stick of Smith. It goes right to Tanev. Smith was agile enough to get back into the play. Here, just right off of a face-off. Hard check, you get a shot on net, but another one. It goes off a rebound, you have another secondary chance. And now you're able to take advantage of a giveaway by Edmonton, which there haven't been too many. But again, it's those chances early that have been going good for Seattle.
Mike Smith had some great moments in that second period. We're going to see a breakout here and a great play on a give-and-go combination to finish by Brendan Perlini.
Yeah, it was a great play and a great 2-on-1 patience and a great pass. Here, again, McDavid doing what McDavid does, getting lost behind the play, setting himself up, being open, and the puck is right on his tape and in the back of the net.
And a huge night for Connor McDavid. We'll take a look at the shots, which are close. The block shots are too. But the power play has been huge tonight for Edmonton, taking advantage. And why not? They had the best power play in the National Hockey League last season. So now in the third period overall from the Seattle perspective, what do you want to see?
Just go out and try to win the period. You know, the chances of you winning the game may not be the greatest, being down 5-0, but you can't let that deter you. You have to continue to work and practice. This is still getting ready for game 1 of the regular season.
That's right. It's really about how you play in the preseason. The results are nice, and we enjoyed that on Sunday night. This is a different story tonight here in Edmonton. Tomorrow night, we'll be in Calgary, but after 2 periods awaiting period 3, the score, Edmonton 5, Seattle, no score. I don't know about you. Number 3, well, a few days ago, we sat down with General Manager Ron Francis, and the last question was, how does he want his team to represent the city of Seattle? This is what he said.
I love telling the story. You got 6 weeks to get 10,000 season ticket deposits, and our fans accomplished that in 12 minutes. 12 minutes, 25,000 in the first hour. You know, I think different things have gone along. The organization has tried to show their appreciation. Like, I know when we released our brand, the first 30 days, our owners agreed to only release the Kraken t-shirts, and 100% of those net proceeds went back into youth charities in the city. We could have built 1 sheet here or 2 sheets at the Kraken Community Iceplex. Instead, we built 3, so it'd be more ice time for the community. So I think we've tried to work with that. We certainly do not underestimate how much we appreciate our fans and how much they mean to us. We can't wait to get into our new building with that intimate setting, because if there's half as loud as they are at the Seahawks games or the Sounders games, it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere, and we're looking forward to playing in front of them and hopefully make them proud of the team that we have, not only on the ice, but how they represent our organization in the community as well.
And as Joey Decord leads the Kraken out for the start of the third period, JT, let's talk about this. You've been in the community. It's going to be a big part of what we do, reaching out to the fans, and it's a great group, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't been in Seattle for that long, but I've already seen how passionate the fan base is, whether it was at the expansion draft, the jersey launch, or every day at KCI for practice. It's something special in Seattle, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
How about growing the game at the grassroots level and reaching out to as many kids as possible, boys and girls that want to learn about the game and hopefully someday play it?
I mean, you heard Ron talk about having 3 sheets of ice and having the opportunity for the community to go to the Kraken Community Iceplex and be able to skate and have the opportunity, and that 3 sheets of ice makes it possible.
It's getting closer, and that sounds good, doesn't it? But there is more in terms of preseason. So tomorrow night, right here on Kong, 6 Pacific, it will be the Kraken and the Calgary Flames. Then on King, Edmonton from Everett on Friday, Calgary from Kent, back on Kong on Saturday night, and we finish off on Root Sports from Vancouver at 6 on Tuesday night. And as we talked about him in the second period, a great moment for Joey Decord out of Boston, Massachusetts, by way of Arizona State University, who played last season with the Ottawa Senators and had a lot of memorable moments. He's a terrific story.
Yeah, it's definitely good to get him that time right now, even though the score may be out of reach. He's getting these reps, these opportunities to make an impression for this club.
Chris Drieger will get a break here in this third period. Not much he could do about a lot that happened in front of him in terms of the 5 goals scored by Edmonton, 2 of those on the power play. Decord's dad runs a goalie school, and it's known all over the world, really. Chris Drieger actually spent part of his summer in Boston with the Decords training.
Wouldn't that be something special to be able to work out and train right around with your family? Although I know actually that might make it a little bit harder.
And the thing about Arizona State, too, it used to be a club program, right? Not at the NCAA varsity level, but they have done a great job raising the money, getting the players in a great place. And we may see more of that. I know you played at Minnesota Duluth, but if somebody said, hey, you want to play at Arizona State, maybe they did. I don't know. What would you say? You wanted to stay home, didn't you?
Stay home, be close enough to home.
And play for a powerhouse and score the big goals that you did and win a championship and get to the National Hockey League, and that's what my man is all about. So well done by you. Jeremy Lauzon. We'll think about a breakout pass here. Just about a minute gone in this third period. 5-0 Edmonton. A carry in. Cole Lind with a shot, body down by Koskinen. Oleksiak with a follow-up, and Mikko Koskinen will hang on.
And this is the start that they needed. They needed to just forget about the last 2 periods and just play their game. They're getting pucks to the net. It's a good start. Right here, that's a great shot off the blocker. The rebound's controlled well, but you have guys crashing the net, and the emphasis is getting pucks to the net.
Cole Lind has had a couple of real good chances here tonight, getting his first look. Coming over from Vancouver in the expansion draft. Vince Dunn will knock it down. Hurried a bit by Nugent Hopkins. Swung in the zone by Morgan Geekie. Koskinen. Evan Bouchard this way. Yamamoto along the boards. Back out to center ice. Ice cut in half by Seattle's Morgan Geekie. Marcus Johansson gets to it. Here come the Kraken now. Johansson over the line. Pulls up for Geekie. Good back check by Kaylor Yamamoto. And it comes all the way around. Morgan Geekie retrieves it for Lind. Yamamoto gets a second chance. Nice little cut, nice reversal. And a tight turn out to center. Leon Draisaitl moves in. Lowers the shoulder with strength by Oleksiak. On Draisaitl, Yamamoto turned out. Quality save by Joey Decord. And now Carson Twarynski has control of the puck. He'll feather it all the way back in the Edmonton zone. Twarynski out of the corner. Takes a bump from Berglund. It's played along the boards by Seattle's Nathan Bastian. It comes out in front. Brendan Perlini, who has scored tonight, gets it out through the center zone and all the way back. Luke Henman, he'll crank it up. Connor Carrick now out to center. It'll steer in by Henman, but I guess it didn't hit his stick because icing will be called here, and we'll take a look at the stop made by Joey Decord.
It's good defense by Jamie Oleksiak, keeping him to the outside. But the puck comes back to Draisaitl. He throws it right out in front. And it's a good stick lift by Yamamoto to get the separation so he could get that shot on net.
3 seasons as a Sun Devil. Off the draw to the point man Nurse. Perlini scores a bomb by Brendan Perlini. His second goal tonight. 6-0 Edmonton.
And it's a really good look off of a face-off. To set up a play, you win the draw. Watch how Perlini stays high in the slot. He gets the puck back, and it's the one-timer that goes through. But he gets lost because he stays high and doesn't just go directly to the front of the net.
So they welcome fans back. It's been well over 500 days since they played a game with fans in this barn. Perlini staking a claim, trying to make this Edmonton team. DeCord will attempt to shake it off. Early stages of this third period. John and JT with you as always. As always, has lasted just a couple of games. Many more ahead, we hope. It comes all the way back down. Icing is called here. We'll take it back in the Edmonton zone. The NHL has arrived in the Pacific Northwest. Watch every Kraken goal and catch every unforgettable moment of their inaugural season on Root Sports. Check with your provider to see if they'll be carrying your Seattle Kraken all season long on Root Sports. So it's Perlini's second of the game from Turris and Darnell Nurse at 2:17. 6-goal lead for the Edmonton Oilers, who will be in Everett on Friday night against the Kraken. Now Ryan Donato spins it in. Tyson Barrie, Oleksiak going down. The Oilers get it out. Here's Perlini. For the front of the goal, Nurse. Perlini with a shot off the stick of Will Borgen. It goes out of play.
Now he's definitely looking to shoot, wanting to get that hat trick. He's had 3 goals in the last 2 games, but he's looking for the 3rd one tonight.
Yeah. It's a player that's been moved around. He was born in Great Britain and reared in Canada, where he played most of his minor hockey. But those are stories, and I know it's on the other side, but here's a veteran player. Just you have to take advantage of every opportunity, and he's really making a claim here. Lured all the way back in. Connor Carrick back out through center ice. In the center zone, it's available. It rolls around. Carrick will get to it. Play it ahead for Tanev, who overskates it. Lead pass by McLeod for Colton Sevier. Shakes off Dunn. Carrick will cover up for Seattle. The Kraken attempt to get it out. Appleton has a tough time. He survives it. Here's Riley Sheahan. Right on the money. Brandon Tanev on the off wing. Tanev pulls up. Carrick can't sidestep a hit. Good job by Sevier to get in the way, and Ryan McLeod will go off on a change and float it in.
Even though he wasn't able to get a shot off, it's good to see Carrick jump up and join the play.
Yes. Goes on. Marked by 4, one of those, Puljujarvi, and now McDavid. Over the line, moves in. Connor McDavid delays to the slot. Hyman, McDavid, now Puljujarvi. Yes, a Puljujarvi. Then the shove by Morgan Geekie, Zach Hyman. Here's Darnell Nurse to the outside for Hyman, who has scored tonight. Zach Hyman down deep. Puljujarvi, give and go. Good defensive stick by Geekie. Now McDavid. He'll wind it up. Here's Tyson Barrie. Barrie holding on to it. McDavid covering at the point. A head fake, a shimmer. He'll go deep in the zone. Now left and back of the goal. McDavid moves in on Lauzon. He'll play it to the wall. Puljujarvi hunts it down. Hyman on and off his stick. A pinch by Darnell Nurse. Pull in. Morgan Geekie out to dead center. Now Tyson Barrie. Headmans the puck to McDavid. Here he comes. Power move. Good stick by the goaltender DeCord. Now McDavid. Broken up. Carried out by Kelly Yarncroke. Through the center ice zone. Just about 5 minutes gone in this third period. He'll send it in. Ryan Donato. Moved in for True. True in back of the goal. Alexander True gets it from Yarncroke. Here's Carrick. His shot caught by Koskinen.
I feel like DeCord has watched a lot of NHL hockey because McDavid wants to get across. He knows this. We've seen it time and time again where he cuts across. DeCord knows well. It puts his stick out, and it's a great poke check.
Faceoff will be in the Edmonton zone. It'll be True. Alexander True had some spot duty with San Jose a season ago. We talked about his upbringing as a player with Seattle Thunderbirds, Western Hockey League. Good save by Koskinen right off the draw. Played along. Berglund out the center. Yamamoto a give back. Groberg moves it. They do it well. Here's Nugent Hopkins. He'll dump it in. DeCord sealed off by Yamamoto. Trouble brewing here, but Seattle will survive it. Connor Carrick with a tight turn. He eludes pressure. Donato gets back up. He'll go off on a change. He'll feed it by Koskinen. Now Edmonton will start their breakout. The Kraken will invade Calgary tomorrow night. Out of the corner, Bastian out in front off the stick of Koskinen. Henman to the point. Here's Alexiak. Off a stick, it deflects off Koskinen a couple of times. He got to it at the last second with that big goal stick. It comes out to center for Draisaitl. He'll feather one in.
It's good to see that Seattle is continuing throughout this game to get some offensive pressure.
Yeah. That's what you talked about between periods, you know. Wipe away the score. Got to work on little things, little habits that you build on as you move forward in training camp. Puck is dumped in for icing. And a face-off in the Kraken zone.
Hey, you got to remember you're constantly being evaluated. Whether you're a 10-year player or a first-year player, it's the preseason. Whether it's the coaching staff or the front office, you're still being evaluated in this game regardless of what's going on.
Yeah, they're all here, right? And when you get on the plane, you see it. You got the brain trust, you got the management, you got the scouts, the development people, the coaching staff, obviously. Now they play it along off the draw. The Oilers in control. Here's Bouchard, a slap pass deep. Perlini with 2 goals. He'll stretch it out. Brendan Perlini, a shot tipped just wide of Decord. Moving in is Bouchard, furthered by Turris. And now Devon Shore. Living a rough ride by Luke Henman. Dorinsky lays it back for Vince Dunn. He'll lay it out to center ice. 13:24 left in this third period. Kyle Turris. Cut off by Jamie Alexiak at the line just inside it now. He'll forge it back out. Bouchard turning with it and taking it back. A reset by McLeod and Bouchard. It triggers in on Joey Decord. Look out. He gets help from Tanev, then Alexiak and Brandon Tanev again. Out to center. Evans. Mason Appleton. Colton Sevier coming all the way back to it. Finishing hit by Brandon Tanev on him. And Joey Decord out to handle. We'll move it across for Will Borgen. Heat thrown at him by Sevier. And again, it's cleared out. Another icing against Seattle.
Gotta love the effort by Tanev there. Racing all the way down the ice, throwing the body around. He's gonna continue to bring energy for this team in any situation. Right here, he knows it's coming. But those are the hard hits that, you know, they hurt. You don't feel them right away, but after the game, those are the ones that end up wearing on a defensive core.
His brother Christopher, an outstanding player with Calgary. You may see him in the lineup tomorrow night. Tanev has a lot in common with my partner as a collegiate national champion. Now it's cleared ahead. Morgan under pressure. Moved along. Yarncroke gets support from Riley Sheehan. Riker Evans, shadowed by Philip Berglund. Koskinen, the rather large goaltender, moves the puck. Now Bouchard out to center ice. Vince Dunn. Look it over. Here's Marcus Johansson. The veteran will wind it up through center. Greeted there by Connor McDavid. Riker Evans shoved off it by Puljujarvi. Here's Johansson at his side. Geekie never got through. Broken up by Tyson Barrie. Yarncroke to an open corner. Arnell Nurse for Tyson Barrie, bumped by Johansson. Here's Geekie. Good play in the back check by Connor McDavid, who has control. The Oiler captain for Zach Hyman, the newcomer, out of the corner. Puljujarvi now. Hyman in control. To the flank, it's McDavid. One-timer Nurse tipped high. Good stick out in front that time by Cole Lind, and it goes out of play. 11:31 left in this third period. Edmonton at home in control.
Welcome to
opening on Friday, October 22nd. The only way to see this spectacular show is with special VIP tickets. To find out more, visit Ticketmaster.com. Let's talk about Vince Dunn, picked up from the St. Louis Blues in the expansion draft, and his skill set and why it's important on the back end for Seattle.
Yeah, he's an extremely mobile defenseman. He's poised with the puck. He's going to be leaned on for a lot of the offense coming from the back end.
Tyson Barrie walks the line for Edmonton. They lead at 6-0. John Forsland, JT Brown, Rogers Place here in Edmonton. Tomorrow night from the Saddle Dome in Calgary. McDavid moves in, button hooks, looks around. Lay it along for Puljujarvi and get it back. Connor McDavid, one-timer. Barrie stopped, covered by Decord.
good save, good rebound control. You don't want that one to bounce out too far to either side because Edmonton's waiting on the doorstep. It's a good play by McDavid to draw the defender in, but again, it's a screen in front. DeCourt just has a good left pad sticking out there. Again, it's a great save. It's one that keeps the confidence up.
We're tracking shots tonight. That was 88 miles an hour, in case you're wondering.
It looked a little faster than that.
Yeah. Well, we'll check the gun after the game. Maybe you can lend a helping hand. The shots are in that neighborhood. The best shots are over 100 miles an hour. You can see that every season at the All-Star weekend. Skills competition. Tanev out in front. Great pass fanned on by Will Borgen. He'll attempt to get it back. Riley Sheahan shakes free of Nugent Hopkins. A winder, body down. Koskinen the rebound. Nugent Hopkins will get control. Play it off Riley Sheahan, and again back out to center ice. 10:35 left in this third period. Yamamoto for Edmonton for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Bouchard, Draisaitl. He'll dangle to the wall. Play it off Alexiak. Evan Bouchard one more time. Angled off the boards and out by Tanev. All the way back. It'll Spindle. No icing. Both teams will change. Just about halfway through this third period. Evan Bouchard moved along now, carried out by Devon Shore. Perlini by Carrick. Shore with a shot. Good stop by DeCord. Riker Evans out of the corner. Connor Carrick is a bouncing puck. He'll attempt to hunt it down. Shore jamming with him. Carrick to an open mate Lind with Geekie. They get it out. Johansson, Morgan Geekie. It's off the stick of Cole Lind. Johansson was trapped, pushed offside, so we get a stoppage here. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left here in Edmonton, where the Kraken trail the Edmonton Oilers by 6.
Swinging percentage. The other 4, he won 700% or better. Went into Philly in tough situation, but 2 of the 3 years the first year he was there, he made the playoffs. And then the 4th year, when you dive a little deeper into it, he wasn't getting the saves. It wasn't like the team wasn't playing good. So would have been easy to go back to the college ranks. He went to Toronto, worked under Mike Babcock, and then under Sheldon Keefe. He's got 6 years now in the league, so I think he's going to be a different coach now than he was that first year in Philadelphia, and we're excited to have him. We think he's going to do a hell of a job for us.
Ron Francis and Dave Hackstall had a history for Team Canada, the World Championships. That's where they were around each other for the first time. But JT, how important is it to have a guy like this who can get to a process, right, and culture? Talk about what that means at the NHL level.
Yeah, he's the right guy to bring in for the new job. I think he's going to do an excellent job. I know players who have played for him. I personally never did. But even just playing against his coach teams, you could tell they were coached well.
The Oilers now attempt to break out through center. And a penalty will be called as the defenseman, Philip Broberg, was taken down. A little disagreement on the way out. Nathan Bastian looks like the guilty party here for Seattle. 9:19 left in this third period. It's a kneeing call.
He's wheeling with speed. Yeah, kneeing, tripping, either way you want to call it. I think the key here is that Bastian doesn't stick his leg out in a way at the last minute to force the contact. He sort of stayed in the same position going in for the contact. Still a penalty, but that's good.
Off the draw now, comes out through center. Koskinen shadowed a bit by Tanev. The Oilers 2 for 3 with their power play tonight. This is Evan Bouchard. Perlini has 2 goals. Yamamoto, it skitters by him. He's ridden off it by Jeremy Lauzon. Big battle in back of Joey DeCord. Yamamoto got to it, and another penalty will be called here up top against Seattle. A cross-checking call, which is something they're really enforcing and will enforce this season.
Battle number 13, minor penalty, cross-check.
So the second 5-on-3 advantage, this time for a boatload of time for Edmonton.
It's going to take the players some time to get used to this as well. In years past, maybe that might not have been called the hit was fine. He's on the ice. He gives him one more little whack, and I think that's when he gets the call is right there. Again, the new year, the new enforcement of the same rule.
Good pickup. The first hit's fine, right? It's that little jab there that it's a habit, right? And they're going to have to break habits, and that's why utilize preseason to enforce it, and the players have to learn new work habits and get through it. Bouchard, this has been done in the past with other infractions. Now Turris. Skate to stick by Bouchard. Darnell Nurse. Bouchard around the clock they go. Turris, Evan Bouchard, now Nurse. Bouchard hammers one wide. A whistler and a good break for the Kraken. It comes all the way down. 60 seconds left in terms of the 5-on-3. Jesse Puljujärvi has a 5-on-3 power play goal tonight for Edmonton. Darnell Nurse will circle the track, lay it off for Turris. Kyle Turris now with patience. Again for Nurse, he'll get it back. Turris lets it fly, a stinger. High on the glove side of Decord. Bouchard for Nurse. On the outskirts for now. To the wall and back out. Kyle Turris and now Nurse. Turris again. Cross ice seam pass. Bouchard. Turris. Great save by Decord.
Edmonton does a very good job moving around, moving the puck. It's right here. Great play. Decord gets over. He's square to the puck. He extends his glove out. By doing that, he's cutting down the angle that Turris has to take that shot. And that's a good save.
Turris thought he had it. Think not. He'll think about it. Young goaltender comes up big. Now Lozon. Lay it off the boards and clear it down. Mikko Koskinen. Seattle will loan players to Charlotte in the American Hockey League this season, share the affiliation with the Florida Panthers. Morgan gets to it. He'll dump it all the way back down. The waning portion of the 5-on-3. They get the wave going here in Edmonton. Colton Sevier holding onto it. They'll lay it all the way around. Force out by Carrick. Bastian's out of the box. Nathan Bastian goes to work. Sheahan's out in front. There he is. His stick was lifted by Berglund. Colton Sevier to the center zone with Broberg. He has control. They'll lay it back again for Nurse. Conventional 5-on-4 for the Oilers. McLeod on a change. Barry right in. Shut down by Decord. It goes high. Corralled by McLeod. Barry out in front. The pass by Benson never got through. Intended for Sevier. Even terms on the ice. Ryan McLeod picked up by Brandon Tanev. Swung back to the point for Tyson Barrie. The pass in back of Nurse. They set up Barrie again. Out in front. Good pass that time intended for McLeod from Benson. Nathan Bastian lays it out to neutral ice. 6:18 left. Here's Tyson Barrie. Tyler Benson with a shot kicked out with a purpose by Joey Decord. And the Kraken are free back out to center ice. Cole Lind is run into by Nurse. Johansson out in front. What a save by Koskinen on Morgan Geekie, looking for his third goal of preseason. Now Geekie coming all the way back. Dunn lays it along. Cole Lind is back out with Geekie. And a Riker Evans, it goes deep in the zone. Moved all the way around that time by Niemelainen. To the boards, Puljujärvi. Cut off a bit by Evans and back out. Under 6 left in this third period. Now Marcus Johansson. In and off the glove that time of Koskinen and back. Now Bouchard. Laid along. Marcus Niemelainen. The stretch pass, Yamamoto leaves it there, and here comes Draisaitl. Pass across. What a save! Joey Decord, a dandy on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Outstanding save, and Decord has lost his stick. Nugent-Hopkins along the boards. Out of the pileup. Bouchard. Cut off by Donato. He has Kelly Yarncroke. True for the front. Yarncroke is pestered by Bouchard with 4:47 left in this third period. We can rack up a couple of highlights here for Joey Decord. Outstanding sequence for him. Now comes out to center. Connor Carrick will draw it back. Seattle changes, so do the Oilers. The Kraken gain the zone. This is Evans moving in. Shadowed a bit. The play by Berglund. They'll clear it out to center. Twarynski's back in control. They'll lay it across for Connor Carrick. As we approach the 16-minute mark in this third period. Nathan Bastian from well out. Off the end boards, Carson Twarynski out of the corner. He's met there. And it's picked up by Brendan Perlini. He'll start his engine off the backside of Turris. Offside is called at the Seattle line. Let's take a look at the Seattle young goaltender. Joey Decord, none better. Best save of the game right here. At Accesso Showwear Center. Go to SeattleThunderbirds.com to grab the last tickets. Now let's take a look at maybe the goaltender's best friend here, JT. Got a piece of it, who knows, but it does go off the pipe.
Yeah, it was a great saucer pass right onto the tape. It's on and off the stick, hits that post, and like you said, sometimes the post is the goalie's best friend.
But it looked like he got a piece of it. He lost his stick. It was a great moment, and before that he had a couple of quality saves too, so good on him. Under 4 minutes left in this third period. A 6-0 game controlled by the Edmonton Oilers, and they will be in Everett on Friday night to take on the Kraken. Donato, Cole Lind. Riker Evans will swing it across for Connor Carrick. A wrist shot, no problem for Koskinen. He saw that one. He'll slow it down.
Still late in the game. Seattle is still trying to put that offensive pressure on. You like to see that there's no give up in this team right now.
Right. And there shouldn't be, really. Under these conditions, you're just trying to catch an eye. You're trying to make an impression here for your younger player. They know the names. They know the odds. All the players do, right, when you come to camp. Can't fool the players. But when you see an opening, you try to leave a great impression and take it from there off the faceoff. It's controlled, and Colton Sevier will get it back out. Henman for Bastian. He'll move it through the 2D. Koskinen to the wall. One of those defensemen is Tyson Barrie. 3:17 left here in Edmonton. Punching hit that time by Tyler Benson on Carrick. First time the fans have been allowed back in this building since mid-March of 2020. Nurse with a shot blocked in front by Luke Henman. He's slow to get up for Seattle. Bastian with a disagreement with Tyler Benson. Now Tyson Barrie in control. The broken stick on the ice. Shot taken from well out, fought off by Decord. Shot taken by Darnell Nurse. Now it's moved along the boards again. Nurse will go wide. Here's McLeod. One-timer Barrie stopped by Decord, directed right to the corner. Cross-ice pass goes off the loose stick. McLeod back to the point for Barrie. Move it across for Nurse, and now Ryan McLeod will think twice. He'll assert. Edmonton completes a change. Here's Barrie. Popping out to it, Ryan McLeod. Barrie down low, diagonally across again for Nurse, and now McLeod to the high slot. Barrie a give back. Seattle defenders are tired out. Shot taken. Decord sensing that will hang on. Shot coming from Jesse Puljujärvi. The NHL has arrived in the Pacific Northwest. Watch every Kraken goal and catch every unforgettable moment of the inaugural season on Root Sports. Check out your provider to see if they'll be carrying your Seattle Kraken all season long on Root Sports. And the opener is October 14th in Music City. Final preseason game will be on Root Sports at 6 p.m. in Vancouver. After the Everett and Kent sequence on the weekend, which are home games for the Kraken. Here's Geekie, rubbed out defensively by Evan Bouchard. A steal, Johansson shot turned out by Koskinen. 1:44 left. Along the boards, it pops out. And the Oilers try to get it out and don't. It's held in by Oleksiak. Here's Geekie. Stood up by Niemelainen, Marcus Niemelainen, Connor McDavid. 3 points tonight for him. Now Bouchard. McDavid with a head of steam. He'll carry in on Oleksiak. He'll circle the track. Lay it back for Bouchard. He swings a pass off Johansson. And now Geekie through center ice. Elevates the puck all the way back in with 70 seconds left here in Edmonton. JT and I will be on the air again tomorrow night from Calgary at 6 p.m. First look this season at the Calgary Flames. Tanev over the line. Goes on with a shot through traffic. It deflects wide. Riley Sheahan in control off a stick. 49 seconds left here in Edmonton. Shortening up on the stick, Lozon. He'll send it in. Off the board. Sheahan can't make it happen. The Edmonton defense play it to the outside. Mason Appleton off a stick. Taken care of by Koskinen. 35 seconds away from a possible shutout here for Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith. They will be the 1 and 2 goaltenders this season for the Edmonton Oilers. It's steered in by Kyle Turris. 19 seconds on the clock. Riker Evans for Alexander True. And the Kraken will regroup and be a new lineup. They'll get after it tomorrow night in Calgary. The crowd here will roar in approval. We will have a shootout as we do an exhibition play. Let's see what happens there. And it's final. It is a combined shutout for Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith. Dave Hackstall will organize a shootout, and the Edmonton Oilers seal a 6-0 win over the Seattle Kraken. And JT, let's talk about young Joey Decord and what he did in this third period.
Yeah, he really played strong, and there was a lot of grade A quality chances right in front of him, and he was able to shut the door on the majority of them. He looked calm, he looked confident in there, and that's something you like to see.
In control, athletic, taking care of rebounds, and you sit for 2 periods. That's not easy, right? You get a chance to limber up during the intermission, but it's not an easy opportunity.
Yeah, it's much easier if you're coming off the ice from warm-ups. You got to see a lot more shots. Usually the starting goalie will take more shots in the warm-up than the backup, so it is an extremely difficult thing for a goalie to do, but again, it's part of the way of the road. It's part of what you have to do, and when your name is called, you have to be able to perform.
So in the preseason, as we did in Spokane on Sunday night, they will entertain the fans. We will look at a shootout here. Mikko Koskinen will stay in goal for Edmonton, as will Decord, and Dave Hackstall will get his 3 shooters ready, and we might need more. And again, for our new fans, in regulation, if the game is tied, they will drop skaters and get to 3-on-3 for 5 minutes of sudden death overtime. And if that doesn't work, with another point available, and the losing team in overtime and shootout gets 1 point in the standings, but the winner will get 2. And it's determined here in the skills competition. We'll see if Dave Hackstall uses some young guys tonight in this circumstance. Edmonton, of course, we can roll out all-stars and see how Mr. Decord handles all of that, and they will. And it will start with Connor McDavid. Why not?
No surprise there.
Yeah. So here comes arguably the best player in the world, Connor McDavid, on Joey Decord. Shooter number 1, he'll delay, and Decord possibly got a piece of it. Nice job to hang in there.
Yeah, that's really tough to do, the way McDavid comes down on this penalty shot. He's constantly moving his stick, keeping Decord guessing, but he's already waiting. He's looking low blocker. Decord kind of knew what was coming.
Forced him wide. Here's Ryan Donato. Shooter number 1 for the Kraken. He goes wide, moves in on Koskinen, delays 2, and tries to go top shelf. And the big goaltender got the stick down.
It was a good effort from Donato there. We saw in the game on Sunday, he tried to go to the backhand. He changed it up this time. Fakes to the backhand, goes forehand, but again, there's a save.
So here's Leon Draisaitl. He was the MVP in 2020, league-wide. And Decord, again, stayed patient. Little fancy Dan move by Draisaitl.
Again, he's looking super calm and poised in there. The one-hander, he's waiting for it. He goes right to his post.
Marcus Johansson in the 2-hole for Dave Hackstall and the Kraken. Koskinen comes out aggressively. Johansson can't get it by him. Koskinen again maintaining that lower portion and taking it away.
Both goalies looking strong right now.
So the young man from Spokane, Taylor Yamamoto, former Spokane Chief, on DeCord, the third shooter, right off the metal. And DeCord will tap it with his glove. Thank you, Post. Third shooter for Edmonton, Yamamoto.
It's a quick release. He's stick handling, and it's quick before he shoots. That's the key.
Morgan Geekie had the big game in Spokane on Sunday. Whistles one off the side of the goal. And we get to extra shooters.
Sometimes it gets a little bit tough after an entire period of playing on the ice. It looks like the puck starts to roll up on the stick before he takes that shot.
This will be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's crafty with it. Tries the other post, so the plumbing comes through.
It's a great opportunity. He beats them low, but again, the posts are saving. Both sides have been hit so far.
The posts always say no. Sometimes you hit the inside and it skitters in. For the most part, that's not the case. Now here's Calle Yarncroke, the veteran. A stutter step, a second one, and a shutdown by Koskinen. Tyson Barrie, shooter number 5 for the Edmonton Oilers. The defenseman scores! So Tyson Barrie with the first goal of the shootout right here.
He did multiple head fakes on that before going to his backhand with the quick move. Very skilled offensive defenseman there.
Now will be a turn for the former St. Louis Blue, Vince Dunn, a defenseman. He comes in and Koskinen says no, and that's all. They win the game, they win the shootout. The Edmonton Oilers get it done in front of their home crowd here as they surround Mikko Koskinen. Well, JT, let's talk about what the Kraken were able to manufacture in this game. The opportunity for some of the younger players tonight, and a look forward to tomorrow in Calgary.
Yeah, the score was obviously lopsided, but we had talked about it in the intermission. Forgetting about the first 2 periods and being able to go out and play well in the third. And there's a lot of good things I think you can take away from that. In the third period, they played strong. They got a good outing from DeCord as well. There's things that you can look to build upon going into the next game.
Okay, so that's JT Brown. I'm John Forsland. Thanks for joining us tonight. Final count here in Edmonton in front of fans. Great to see. The Edmonton Oilers 6, Seattle Kraken no score. Join us tomorrow night on Kong. Once again, preseason action for the Seattle Kraken. Game number 3 from Calgary. The Kraken and the Flames again at 6 Eastern. For all of us here in Edmonton, once again, John Forsland saying good night from Alberta.